Welcome to the second episode of Cash Grab. This is the podcast where we look through different franchises that have been turned into video games and decide if they're cash grabs or not. So, I'm Stef.
I'm Adam.
And I am Tom.
There we go. So it's us three. And today, we have been looking at Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Yes, a million times yes.
So Tom is a huge Street Fighter fan and has been forever. He was the one that got me into Street Fighter, playing it around his house on the SNES. What one did you have? Street Fighter 2 Turbo or Tournament? Or
No, the original one we played when we were kids is that I had a Japanese import of the original Street Fighter 2.
Right, yes.
So we just originally we played just like the vanilla Street Fighter 2, the Japanese import one.
Which is the good one. Street Fighter 1 was just a massive flop.
Yeah, that was NES though, wasn't it?
I don't think it was NES. I think it was just arcade.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm not 100%. But
Yeah, it's not representative of Street Fighter.
No.
At all.
But then Street Fighter 2 was massively popular.
Mm-hmm.
Massively.
It effectively made the
It changed fighting
genre.
games, yeah. Completely changed them.
Yeah.
Then they got ripped off. Well, not ripped off, but there was loads of games following them.
Well, you can.
So what came first, Mortal Kombat? Because I'm
Street Fighter. I'm pretty sure Street Fighter 2 came first. Then Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. I think it did.
Should we give it a Google?
Yeah. Let's give it a Google right now. But I'm pretty
YouTube
sure it
chat?
did because Street Fighter 2 I think was 95. Mortal Kombat I think was 97. If I'm right on this would be fucking brilliant.
Well, the thing is, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, is 95. So I got to think Street Fighter 2 must be before.
Oh, it's 91.
95.
It was our year of birth. Yes, everyone. We're younger or older than you expected.
So that was 91. I was born in 92.
Because nobody ever gets your age right, do they?
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets your age right. They always think, oh, you sound older. You sound younger.
No, not Mortal Kombat the movie, although that was fucking amazing.
I did love that. We could do that.
92.
1992. So Mortal
there you go.
Kombat,
So see, there's a year's
about the
difference. So
same.
yeah, so Street Fighter 2 was really like very much the kind of what's a good word for it? I'm thinking of like the originator of like the modern fighting game. But there's a better word.
I think the originator works pretty well.
The originator.
The originator.
Street Fighter 2, the originator.
The originator.
Yeah, so we used to play that a hell of a lot. We still do.
Yeah.
Still play it.
Still to this day. Same one. Street Fighter 2 vanilla. Boom.
Yeah, so basically this franchise got so big that they decided to make a film out of it.
And managed to rope in Jean-Claude Van Damme.
And Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Jesus Christ.
In her heyday as well. That's pretty.
It's
pretty
true,
impressive.
actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
So wait, do we know when the film was released before we get into the talk about the film?
I've got... No, let me just pull it up.
1994 was the movie.
The movie was, 1994, and the game came out for the PlayStation 1 1995.
Okay, so this was the game came out 4 years after the release of the original Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for a different console, and the film itself was 3 years after the original release of the game. So that's quite a big gap.
Yeah, it's gained quite a huge following just in that space. Because think how long it takes to make a movie. So the movie came out in 1994.
Yeah.
Yes, I think as soon as it came out and hit the arcades,
Complete
I think Street
cult
Fighter 2
classic.
went massive.
Yeah.
The thing is, they did a lot of versions though, didn't they? Like they had
Capcom
Street
loved
Fighter.
that though.
Yeah.
It was like Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition, Street Fighter 2 Tournament.
Turbo Edition, Tournament Edition, the new challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like Street Fighter 2 had like four iterations.
At least
5 iterations.
At least 4.
Jesus Christ! Well, it's going to be 5 or 6 with the Switch.
Oh yeah, the Switch has just gone up. They did say that's the final Street Fighter 2.
They have
one
called
that's
it
gone
the
to
final
Switch.
challenges.
Yeah, so
you almost expecting brackets after it are like a few.
you'd hope a game
God damn.
released like when was the first one? 1991.
Yeah.
Right, and then 2017. You'd hope that was the last one of that.
Yeah.
Of that group.
You really fucking would. 26 years later. Yeah, it's about time.
It's about time it kind of Street Fighter 2 finished, and you actually fixed Street Fighter 5 and sort that shit out.
Yeah.
I know that. Actually, we did play it, didn't we? We played it at Eurogamer, and it was.
I like it, but
it's good fun.
It's not what it was.
No,
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Right, so
The movie.
Street Fighter 2. It's just Street Fighter the movie, isn't it?
This is just
Street Fighter the movie.
But it's based on Street Fighter 2.
Yes.
Because that's where I don't know who was in Street Fighter 1. I don't know if you had Ryu.
It was
and Ken
just
and that.
it had Ryu. it did have some of the characters. He didn't have all of them. Ken didn't exist. You played as Ryu. You could only play as Ryu.
Really?
Yeah. The game was you were Ryu and you were basically traveling the world, fighting kind of like just fighting supposedly super strong fighters to kind of like propose you're the best.
Yeah. Okay.
But so the final boss in Street Fighter 1 is Zagat.
Yes, and that's when Ryu then Dragon Punches him and gives him the big scar.
Yeah, that's
that the kind of
yeah, that's the story behind it. That's why he's got the big scar, is because Ryu done it, because he's a bit of a turnip, old Ryu, isn't he?
Yeah.
So
turnip is the word.
He done the dirty on Zagat and gave him a big old scar because he's a turnip. But you do fight some characters, but like I think out of like the ones they kept for like the main roster for 2 and stuff, probably only like 4 or 5 characters or something. And obviously they had a good 10 or 12 to start with. So they added a lot to it.
Yeah.
It was a totally different game. And it doesn't play the same, not at all. It's totally different.
All right, well, Ad, do you want to give us a quick rundown of the first half hour of the Street Fighter of the movie?
Yeah, well...
Sorry to drop that on you, mate, if you can work out what's going on.
Right,
Good luck.
I'll try to remember. No, absolutely amazing from the get-go. As soon as you see the Street Fighter logo, you know it's going to be good. I don't really know how to explain it. So basically, Guile, played by Jean-Claude Van Damme, is like the colonel of the Allied Nations, was it?
Yeah,
Allied
they called
Nations?
it.
Yeah. Because I thought it said An, but like...
Yeah, AN.
It just
like a play on like the United Nations sort of thing.
Yeah, very much.
And they're what's the place called?
Shadaloo, which is based on Vietnam, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
Well, there was that one reference.
They did Good morning, Shadaloo.
Good morning, Shadaloo. Yeah, so they're in Shadaloo trying to turn the tide on the war against m.bison.
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 It's like
m.bison.
mbongo.
M-bop.
Mbop, mbongo, m.bison.
Bison.
So yeah, m.bison. M.bison is the top dog.
Bison.
Yeah. Trying to create Bisonopolis.
Oh yeah. That's it. He's trying to create Bisonopolis, which what was it? It was going to be a free world where everybody has to bow to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'd be peace. There would be peace, and everyone would have to pretty much suck his dick.
Yeah.
Those were his words exactly. The movie went blue about 20 minutes in. Zangief, take your clothes off.
Yeah, I downloaded the wrong one.
Poon Fighter? Is that what we're talking about? Poon Fighter, the movie? Oh.
That was good. Tom actually has it on VHS.
Yes, still.
So we actually had to break out the fucking VHS player to watch this thing.
Yes, we did. And
it was a brutal experience as well as the film.
Well, I'm going to throw it out there right now is that I love this film. I absolutely love it.
Have either of you two seen it before?
So I've seen it before as well.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times.
Because I've never seen it before.
Well, you need to watch every second of it.
Would you carry on watching it after the half an hour?
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, 100%.
I think I'd have to. I'd have to just because it is Street Fighter. But if it wasn't Street Fighter and it was just an action flick with Jean-Claude Van Damme, I wouldn't carry on.
The whole point is it doesn't really take itself too seriously.
Yeah.
And you're only watching it so you can see that your favourite characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
In how you would imagine them to be in real life.
Yeah.
Give or take some of the characters.
So should we start going through some of the characters?
Let's.
Right. So the first one I'm going to start with, T.hawk.
Right.
So Tom, do you want to give a description of T.hawk in Street Fighter 2?
Yeah, so a bit of background. T.hawk is portrayed as... Well, he's in the game, he's from Mexico, but he's portrayed as a Native American.
Yeah.
So already they've gone a bit off the cusp with their cultural references. But basically, I would say he's probably about 7'5", built like a brick fucking shithouse.
We might as well just say now that basically every Street Fighter 2 character is built like a fucking monster.
Good point. But T.hawk especially. I mean, because when he fights, he's also ducking.
He has to bend over because he has to kind of hunch. He's so big.
He's the biggest fucking character. He's a fucking giant. I mean, it's just like he's an unnaturally big guy.
Yeah.
And basically, he fights by jumping in the air and then launching himself like a bird of prey at his opponent. So already that's superhuman. Whilst T.Hawk in the movie
is just a generic.
Is a
army.
5'6" man from Chile.
Yes.
Who says yes, Gael?
I don't think you didn't even realise he was in this film until we were just watching it.
I actually didn't.
The thing is, you would never pick him out as a lead character. It's only his reference
it's only because he says T-Hawk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? We may just be missing a trick, and it may just be like Gael's pet name. Like, hey, I call him the Hawk, but I call him T-Hawk.
But his name's Timothy.
Timothy Hawk.
Hey, T.Hawk.
Timothy Hawk. All right. Dalsim.
Oh, shit.
Ridiculous.
Go on, Adam. Go on.
Well, I'm pretty sure. Does he even fight in this movie?
Well,
no.
We did skip ahead after the half an hour to see a certain character, which we'll get to. And Dalsim basically got his ass handed to him by...
well, it's just a Shadowloo guy.
Just some
random
guard.
Yeah, just like one of m.bison's
guards.
What do you call them? Cohorts.
Yeah, cohorts.
One of his cohorts. Yeah.
So basically, he's just some dweeby scientist in this who is slightly racist in the fact that he's just some generic Indian man.
Yeah,
he's bound to be a doctor.
The only thing they got right from Dalsim in the game is the fact of his nationality is Indian.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That is it. In the game, he's very Buddhist. Dalsim.
He's Hindu.
Is he Hindu?
Yeah.
He's always
meditating.
That's what I'm looking for. I've done the little rings and all that.
It's true. Yeah.
And he can float because of it, and he's so at
it's because he's a practitioner of yoga. His whole thing's about yoga, isn't it?
Yeah, he's yoga.
Because everything's yoga flame, yoga fire.
Yeah, he's yoga. That's why he can stretch.
Yes, yeah.
That's why his limbs can stretch in the game, which he does not do in the film.
No.
As far as up to we've seen it, though, I'm pretty sure the last bit we did see was him getting a bit of genetic mutant DNA or something.
Yes,
we
left ourselves on a bit of a cliffhanger there, didn't we?
We're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to go back. Yeah.
Sure. All right. m.bison.
Oh,
m.bison.
m.bison. Sponsored by m.bison. Sorry.
So m.bison in the game is just very daunting. I'd say daunting.
Yeah.
To
face.
He's a formidable person.
Yeah, definitely.
He's massive. He's very square. He's a very square man, I'd say. Very broad shoulders, very big.
Tall.
Yeah, but he is very tall.
Tall, dark and handsome.
Damn.
Shit. In the film, he's got the same outfit. He's got the little hat, the cloak.
Let's just say this now. The outfit that they did, the costume design, fucking
really good.
Really good.
Yep, fucking good.
Height. He was tall.
He was tall.
Raul Julia.
Potentially not as tall as I would have liked him to have been.
No, but he was still tall.
Yeah.
You'd give him a good 6 foot or about 6 foot, 6'2" max, something like that. You know.
But the thing is, he just wasn't broad enough. He wasn't big enough.
No,
he wasn't imposing. No, he wasn't scary.
No, he wasn't imposing at all.
Definitely.
No.
And he had slightly too big ears.
Yeah, you really picked up on this.
You were not happy with his ears.
I've seen this movie so many times, and never once have I thought Bison's got funny ears, hasn't he?
But you can't be scared of someone whose ears are bigger than their head. You know what I mean?
You know what? That's a
maybe
genuinely good point.
But biker mice from Mars or something is the only exception.
What were those things that lived on the moon? The kids' TV
Clangers.
shows? Yeah, did they have big ears?
No.
Weren't they just robot things?
No, they were like little mice things.
They were like...
Really?
Why didn't they have big ears? I'm sure they had big ears.
I don't think so.
Did they not?
Well, mice just have big ears in general. I think Mickey Mouse has massive ears. I mean, you could just literally label every mouse.
And it's Mickey Mouse, the plural.
Mickey Mouse. He's got schizophrenia. I'm Mickey Mice. All 4 of me are Mickey Mice.
Yeah, but he's not scary, is he? So
who, Mickey Mice?
Yeah, Mickey Mice is
Mickey Mice.
Decidedly.
Which one? Sorry.
All right, so next one, Zangief.
Awesome.
I think they did pretty well with Zangief.
Yeah.
Big hench guy with a mohawk style haircut.
Yeah, he looked good.
Obviously the actor wasn't Russian. He was putting on the kind of like really typical Russian accent.
Yeah, the stereotypical Russian vodka accent.
Yeah, it is so beautiful.
Yeah, he done that.
But at the same time, because the rest of the film is so cheesy and out there.
To be fair, Street Fighter 2 was very stereotypical in its way of portraying.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. And remember, this is still set in the time where it was the USSR. So they were playing on stereotypes to such a degree.
Yeah.
Where they were just saying, like, basically, the Russians during the Cold War period, basically. No. 91?
No, I think it's too late.
It is too late. It's too late.
I think it's too late.
Yeah. But no, it was still kind of like at that time where Russia was seen as this imposing force. So obviously Zangief was just like...
m.bison.
Like m.bison.
M.bison.
It's funny though that I wanted to bring up just one thing quickly, that they kind of make it seem like it's set in Vietnam, don't they?
Yeah.
But in the game, m.bison is based in Thailand.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just a generic Southeast Asian country. I think it's
they just threw in that whole Good Morning Shadaloo thing
because it's funny.
It's playing off what's already been done, basically. Yeah.
Like I said, it's not a film that takes itself seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely not.
Bisonopolis, come on. It's definitely not taking itself seriously.
That's nearly as bad. Actually, yeah, I'd say it's nearly as bad as Unobtainium from Avatar.
Nearly, but not quite.
Nearly. I don't think anything.
Well, let's be honest. The first scene is Ryu and Ken fucking dealing arms to Sagat, and they turn out to be tennis ball launchers.
Yeah, they end up getting tennis balls.
It starts as it means to carry on. This film,
Yeah, I'll give you that. Right, and I think we all agree the best character, Vega.
Genuinely, Vega's awesome.
The only thing they got wrong was his hair color. Apart from that, great.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
Not really much to say about him. He's
just they
mask,
did good.
Wedge.
Mask, claws, everyone loves him.
The costume was awesome. The tattoo didn't look bad. He was built as well. The actor, he was like the right size.
Very lean,
like 100%. They did good with Vega. Definitely.
Right. On to DJ.
Oh, fuck. Fuck my life, man. You know what? It's just like, as soon as they introduced DJ and he had his like one line, which was like, "That's great!" I was just like, clearly in the boardroom when they said like, we need someone for DJ, and some like, very wealthy casting director from Hollywood was just like, "I know a black guy," and they were like, "He's in." Do you know what I mean? It's just like the total atypical,
they put absolutely
like
no effort
Caribbean
into DJ.
black guy, and it's just like, if any of these play off stereotype or race, it's DJ.
I'm pretty sure that the actor playing DJ is. Have you seen Coming to America?
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
It's Eddie Murphy's like
assistant,
manservant. Yeah, assistant.
Are you sure?
Oh, is it?
I think it is.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe that's.
Do you want me to do a bit of research?
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll
Let's
just look
you two
racist.
talk about e.honda.
You do the Googles.
I'll leave you with e.honda whilst I go.
Okay. So e.honda. What would you say about e.honda, Tom?
Right. Well, like basically in the game, he's your typical sumo wrestler based in Japan. In this film, the first time you see him, he's in a what do you call him? Like kind of mobile news truck.
I think you probably call it that, a mobile news truck.
well, fuck me sideways. I got it first time. Well, he's chilling in a mobile news truck, and he is Chun-Li's cameraman in this film.
Sorry to interrupt, but he was not in Coming to America.
Oh, come
But
on.
he was in Black Dynamite, which is a great film.
Oh, I love Black Dynamite.
This is the guy who played DJ?
Yeah.
Shit, is there anything else he was in?
Lethal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon 3.
Just
Lethal Weapon
Thug.
3 and Lethal Weapon 1.
Shit. And not much
Leprechaun
else.
4 in space.
Oh, you know who
Nutty
played
Professor.
the Leprechaun? It was Thingy, wasn't it? Warwick Davis.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, it was.
Nutty Professor 2.
He was in Nutty Professor 2.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo?
Joey.
Joey? What the fuck's Joey?
The Friends spin-off. It wasn't very good.
Oh, right.
Wait. Scroll up, because he's been in a fair few Eddie Murphy movies.
Actually, this guy has been in quite a few films. The Joy of Sex was his first film in 1984. And he played
Coming to
Jock
America
number
ain't
2.
on there.
Oh, man. Right.
Anyway, where were we? E.honda.
E.honda.
So,
Okay.
E.honda.
So he is Chun-Li's cameraman, and the thing is like, there's very little draws to him being a Japanese sumo wrestler, considering he's an overweight man in a Hawaiian shirt who rips half of it off halfway through the film and screams.
Yes.
So
yes.
I would say with E.honda, basically they just said, can we get a guy who looks a bit Asian and he's fat? And they succeeded.
They pulled it off.
They did good. You know, in that regard, they did really good. Once again, they're playing off stereotypes and race, but in terms of the character, nah, they didn't do good.
They didn't do good at all.
No way.
Okay, so next one. So here's a big one. Okay, one of the characters that everyone knows who's ever heard of Street Fighter, Ryu. How do we think they did?
Ryu and Ken are probably the main.
Should we
the
do
main
them both
faces.
at the same time?
Might as well.
Yeah.
They are the main faces of Street Fighter. When you say
Yep.
Street Fighter, they're the two you picture fighting each other.
Yep.
The classic. Was it called a komodo? No, is it? What's the little thing they wear?
Gi.
The
Gi.
It's a karate.
What's a
like
komodo? Is that the thing you're
a,
like?
a, a,
naked
komo-
with?
a kimono.
Kimono's
A komodo is a dragon. And I wouldn't advise wearing them.
Well, if you kill one, you can wear one.
Good point. But yeah, kimono. It's like a
Asian dress.
Yeah, like an Asian gown. Yeah.
Right. So they wear a gi.
I would love it if they did wear kimonos.
Yeah,
that would
that
be
would change-
fucking
that would
marvelous,
change
wouldn't it?
Street
That would,
Fighter.
wouldn't it?
Hey Ryu. Hello Ken.
But yeah,
Let's
so
not fight today.
So
think
yeah,
they
that's
both
how
just
you
look-
picture them.
really generic. Again, we said that everyone in Street Fighter is ridiculously huge and ridiculously muscly.
Yeah.
These two, they just didn't make an effort with.
Especially Ken.
Yeah, they just.
Yeah.
He looks ill. Ken looks physically ill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does.
he
Bags
does.
on
Yeah.
his eyes.
Yeah, it
like,
doesn't look good.
he's recovering from something bad.
Oh shit. Should we ponder on what?
God.
Yeah.
Should we
Poor
ponder on
Ken.
what he's recovering from?
Well, I would suggest he's had radiotherapy at some point in the past.
Oh, poor Ken.
I was thinking more along
He
the lines of
fights-
tinnitus.
He fights bloody well. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kicked my
Not
ass,
that there is much fighting in this film.
I think in the
not in the
last
first half
in the
an
last
hour.
like 40 minutes it gets pretty ridiculous. Like
Right,
it's
so
all
in the bit
fighting.
we watched, we didn't watch. There's
Yeah.
no fighting.
But one thing I've got to pick out about Ken, the one thing you want from Ken is a solid dragon punch.
yes,
That's his staple. Whilst Ryu has Hadoukens as his staple, Ken has the dragon punch. And the one time he does it in the film, he basically just throws his hand up in the air and does a pirouette. And it's like fucking disappointing.
which is
so fucking
something we've
disappointing.
all practiced
Pirouetting.
in our spare time
Yeah.
Oh, I
with a
pirouette.
dragon punch.
I pirouette when I make a coffee. I pirouette everywhere.
So yeah, disappointing really sums up.
But
Completely
yeah,
disappointing.
Ryu and Ken, very generic, very disappointing.
Nothing like you'd expect them.
No, not at all.
The lovely Kylie Minogue as Cammy.
Oh, well, I think
Fine,
yeah,
fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing more I can say. Just fine.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is, and she's not an actress, so you don't expect
She started off.
fireworks.
She started off in Neighbours.
Oh,
Did she?
Yes,
Okay.
she did. That's how she met Jason Donovan, wasn't
That
it?
is.
There we go. And that's-
Well, I learn something new every day.
fucking hell, yeah. So I mean, no, yeah. I think it's just like she's kind of very much straight down the line, middle of the road, kind of like yeah, she's okay.
Yeah,
But there's
yeah.
nothing particularly special to point out about her, you know.
Yeah. Okay, Guile.
Guile, the main character of the film.
Here we go.
Guile.
Right,
So
Steph.
on this piece of paper,
Go on.
I just have UN ripoff,
As in, like,
And
he's part of the UN.
he's part of the
ripoff.
UN, yeah.
yeah.
and then no haircut.
Yeah, so in the game, right, Guile has this crazy haircut.
Renowned.
Where we're
for-
like-
yeah.
So it comes off. I'm doing the hand movements for these guys. Obviously, no one else
Should
can
I
see them.
should I try and commentate this shit? Okay, so here we go.
Right. So he's got. No, how is this gonna work?
Just trust me. Just trust me on this. Forward motion protruding from the top of the head. Buzz cuts going along the back of the head, towards the back, coming in towards the back, down the nape of the neck, coming in.
Yeah, that. Basically, he's got like I don't know how to describe it. He's got long hair that sticks up,
It's a high top.
arcs
is it?
out. Yeah,
And also,
but it like arcs out as
like
well.
bleach blonde in colour.
Yeah.
Have you seen Hey Arnold?
Yes.
It's like the dude who's Hey Arnold's friend. I can't remember his name.
yeah. I can't remember the guy's name.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name. Anyway, it's
Gerald.
Gerald.
It's like a high top.
Maybe.
It's like a high top,
It's,
but
yeah.
like it bends out to the
Ah,
sides.
the cut is called a high fade.
Is it?
I think so.
Anyway, he's got that. He's bleached blonde. And he's all American as well. He's like the American hero.
He is. Yep.
Whereas in the movie, he's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yep. From Brussels.
Distinctly not American. With no hair, basically, just a buzz cut.
He's tried to kind of like gel it back to give it that whole kind of like boom, but it
didn't work.
And also he's kind of like they've done like no dye job, so he's kind of just got like gelled brown hair.
Yeah.
So that's all. It's already like the image isn't there, but at the same time, like he is still kind of portrayed as this kind of all-American hero, and he has a Brussels accent.
But to be fair, in all fairness to Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think he does make a good Guile. Because what do you think of when you think of Guile? You think of like doesn't take any shit, American, hard ass motherfucker.
Yep.
When you think of Jean-Claude Van Damme, that's pretty much what comes to mind, no?
I think of
like,
coke addicts.
He's going to kick you
rolling
in the head
on his floor
as soon as talks to you, sort of thing. Okay.
And that,
Right,
and that.
But let's think of Jean-Claude Van Damme in the early 90s.
Oh yeah, then
I'd agree.
then more what you're saying. Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
So the thing is,
he does him quite well.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a good leader.
Yeah, I mean, as like a main role and as like an action-packed role, he does a fucking good job. The image is just a bit off, but at the end of the day, you kind of know it's Guile, so yeah, I think it's okay.
All right,
it did fine.
Right, Chun-Li.
Chun-Li, sexy.
Yeah, I thought
in both the game and the movie.
Yeah, I would agree.
So she was the reporter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Later on,
which is true to the whole kind of story of Street Fighter. Yeah. She's always been a reporter. Yeah.
Okay, and then later on, she kind of gets her like bun haircut thing.
She does indeed.
Which we saw just because we were skipping through, looking for the next character we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? Fine?
Well, I was wrong about because I was saying when we were watching the film, I was saying like I'm pretty sure she got the kind of like typical blue kind of costume, that kind of. Similar to like a whole kimono thing, the kind of like traditional kind of Chinese dress. But she doesn't actually. She gets the kind of red dress sort of thing. But the thing is like, I think she's all right. From what bits we could like determine and what we could watch. Like she did some cool stuff. She did some alright stuff. Her acting wasn't terrible.
Well, none of them are that great.
Zangief.
Yeah, you do not watch this movie for the dramatic
performances. Yeah, fair point.
Right, that is true. But Chun-Li, I would say, is okay.
Actually, second to last one, Charlie.
Ridiculous.
So Charlie's Guile's mate.
Yeah.
He's very much the same as Guile.
So basically, when Stef was describing earlier Guile's haircut, basically take Guile's haircut and then feed Guile's haircut half a pound of acid, and you have Charlie's haircut. So Charlie's haircut is even more fucking ridiculous. It's like a sickle, like a hammering sickle. It's like a sickle coming out the top of his head and then going back into his skull. Like it's like the most fucking over. Like you can't have it as a human being. And in this film, he's a guy with short black hair, and he's got bleached blonde hair in the game as well. Like
yeah. And then straight away, m.bison grabs him, and throws him into a
laboratory,
laboratory,
which is where Dalsim is operating.
Yep,
Dr. Dalsim.
And then out pops Blanca.
And here we go to the crux of it all.
All right,
Blanca.
Tom, do you want to give us a description of Blanca in Street Fighter
2? Blanca is a kind of like hunched over, hugely muscular green monster with kind of like wavy orange hair that lives in the Brazilian outback.
Yes.
And nobody really knows the backstory to it. That's about where I'd leave it with the game.
Yeah, I don't know anything about like if the game's ever touched his backstory or.
Yeah.
I don't really know, but that is basically it. Yeah, that is him.
The movie's slightly different.
Go on, Ad.
So like we said, Charlie is thrown into this laboratory, and then it builds it up and builds it up. So we had to skip forward into the movie because we just couldn't resist looking for Blanca. Okay, so they let you know that he's going to become Blanca. So then we're waiting for the part where Blanca finally emerges from this pod where he's been like genetically enhanced. and as soon as you get a first glimpse of his face, you know you're going to be disappointed because someone's just got like a bit of green paint on a sponge and just given him a like little white wipe down.
The best description I thought of at the time. It is Lou Ferrigno, isn't it?
Yeah.
Him as the Hulk, the original Hulk TV show.
Yes.
Where they literally just went, we need someone who's really muscular, and we need to paint him green.
And put some shorts on him.
Yeah. That is essentially what they've done in this, but they also gave him a sweet orange haircut.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? Did you ever used to watch those Angry Kid videos?
Yes.
All right. Basically, Blanca in this movie looks like Angry Kid, but green.
Yeah, he's got this. It's so true.
Exactly. Yeah.
The thing is like the one thing I thought about the movie is that like this Bison has like plans to have Bisonopolis. He literally plans world domination, but this is his kind of like his magnum opus project. Like making a super soldier is what is going to get him world domination. And you think to yourself, imagine if it never got interrupted, and then the doors open and all of his henchmen are standing there waiting, and as the mist kind of dissipates, you just hear this. Oh my god! Oh, they painted him fucking green. it's like horrifying. Weeks of genetic mutation to have a man painted green.
You hit the nail on the head, Tom, when we were watching it. So you were saying that he's supposed to be, have 40% higher muscle mass or something.
No, 400.
No, it starts off with like you see a little picture of him and it says like 10% more muscle mass, 40% more muscle mass. As the film goes on, there's more and more percentage of muscle mass.
It goes up to 400.
And the last one, apparently, 400. He comes out the exact same size.
He's exactly the same size.
Just green.
Way too skinny.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a skinny.
Oh, actually, no, they did do some kind of prosthetics on...
Prosthetics.
Prosthetics, yeah.
Prosthetics.
That word.
Like around his eyebrows.
On his face to make him look more like a Neanderthal.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That was about it.
So it was a Neanderthal with orange hair and green skin. So basically, our verdict on Blanca is not particularly good. It's not great.
No, overall,
it's not great at all. Not at all.
Right. So then, because this film was such an amazing hit, the very next year they released Street Fighter, the movie, the game, for PlayStation and Sega Saturn.
And let me just say, what a game! It is good.
Gave it a go. There's a few options on it. The top option is, what was it, movie mode?
Movie
mode.
fight or something.
Movie fight, yeah, something like that. You basically play through the movie, and that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that sucked.
It was bad. There was just a lot of dialogue. And
really poor dialogue with that as well. It's like, you don't look like you could crush an aluminium can.
Yeah. What was it? A guy was said to Bison, I'm going to kick your butt so hard that the next Bison will feel it. And I thought, he doesn't have any family. It's like what the fuck?
His son's just back home playing with his little word blocks.
Yes.
And he's just, oh, fuck. What the fuck?
Yes. Welcome, D. Bison.
So yeah, we played that. That was pretty shit. So then we went on to versus mode, and they basically copied the Mortal Kombat art style of. It's not art style, but they have like I forgot what they call it, but it's like real representation pictures of the players, of like the people that. Acted.
It's not quite.
It's not as like cartoony. It's supposed to be more. Realistic.
It is. Well, I say more realistic. They are real life pictures of the actors.
Yeah. I forgot what the word is, but it's like Mortal Kombat. That done it at the beginning.
Yeah, it's kind of like the earliest form of motion capture, effectively, isn't it? Yeah.
So, what were your expectations before we played it?
So I didn't think that would be the case. I didn't think that they'd use that method because
Street Fighter 2 is known for being the pixel kind of
But I suppose
artistically done.
Yeah.
But I suppose they had to do that to differentiate it from Street Fighter 2. Otherwise, it is just exactly the same game.
Yeah, very
realistically. It looked alright. I think I prefer the completely animated style.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
But it wasn't awful.
Well, and then the game.
Well, the thing is like, from having years of playing Street Fighter 2, like, and knowing how that plays and stuff, is that like, although it does play differently, it's not far off. Like, it's not.
You know what?
Bad.
I was surprised at how well it played. I was very surprised.
Like, I mean, I genuinely expected this to be fucking god awful because I think there's like, there's a history of like movies and games tying in being dreadful.
And we will discover them.
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of this fucking podcast. But like, either way, you know, games that are based on movies are usually terrible, and movies that are based on games are usually terrible as well. You know, it goes both ways. So I was expecting it to be bad just because history dictates
it will be
crap.
bad.
But yeah, it wasn't that bad. It played okay. It was quite responsive. It was quick. Like,
yeah, it did play well.
Yeah, and the best thing about it,
well.
like the sound design was actually like in some places I thought actually better than Street Fighter 2.
Oh, it was
like
really
the actual
good.
kind of like the kind of
effects.
Yeah, the effects of like hitting someone were actually like pretty punchy. You know,
the music was good as well. After our first episode of Back to the Future, I was glad to have some decent music appear.
Yeah, if you guys haven't watched that, please do watch it now. Listen to it. Fucking hell, I keep forgetting it's a
watch a podcast. Stare at your SoundCloud screen
Christ.
whilst it goes across. Don't you dare do anything else.
I can't get used to this shit. I honestly can't. It's driving me insane.
I did put a little clip of the audio in the episode so they could hear what the music sounded like.
For what? This one?
No, for Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put it in so they could hear it because I thought I put it right at the end, thinking just have a listen.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know. Otherwise, they'd have to go.
You have to experience how shit it was.
You're a horrible person.
I'm so kind to
terrible
our listeners.
person. Worst music ever. Yeah, but no, I mean, like, yeah, Street Fighter, the movie, the game of the movie of the game.
Yeah, I'd say that's right.
Fuck me, yeah.
Street Fighter, the movie, the game, and the
whatever
game,
it is, it's not that bad. Genuinely, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, it was pretty good. I mean, they had all the characters in there except from Dalsim and T.hawk, and they added another one. Sawada,
who we didn't actually see in the first 30 minutes, so I'm assuming it's
just... Well, you might come in later?
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't kind of, even in the game, he doesn't kind of...
stand out.
He doesn't kind of, like, distinct himself as any sort of, like, particularly relevant character. No. You know, it's like... I'm a guy in army fatigues. It's like, well,
another generic.
Good luck to you, man. Have fun with that Russian.
But I think my favourite bit was Blanca in the game because you picked him, and he was just a normal person.
He wasn't
green.
The thing is, he wasn't a normal person. He still had the orange hair.
Yeah.
He had these...
Stef's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Mate, come on. That's just harsh. In my own house.
But yeah, he was everything that Blanca was supposed to be in the movie, like the weird head and the rest of it, but just not green.
Yeah, why wasn't he green? It doesn't make... Since they painted the guy for the film, surely they could just paint this geezer that's doing the motion capture. Surely they had some spare paint lying around.
Yeah.
You fucking hope so. You'd need a decent amount of paint to paint a human being, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so you think they'd buy too much when they'd done the film.
Oh, that's one for the comment section. If anyone listening to this right now could tell us a precise amount of how much paint it would take in litres to paint a human being, that would be really appreciated. Thank you.
There you are. That's wasn't expecting that.
That's the question of the day.
So that's the first thing we've asked our listeners to comment is that.
Yeah, how much paint to paint a human being? I reckon 25 litres.
25 litres? That's a lot.
Not all of it's going to stick to you, unless you're lying down. But then you have to do front to back, and you have to wait for one side to dry.
You get quick dry paint.
How quick does it dry?
I don't know. You'd use like a little roller, wouldn't it? It's got to take like
20... A roller? No, you'd use a brush.
Nah, you just use
a
roller.
Spray.
No.
On a human body, you would use a spray. You wouldn't use a roller
actually,
or
that's
a brush.
Good point. You would spray, wouldn't you?
I don't know. He didn't.
It's like
he did not look sprayed.
They don't
He
brush.
was definitely sprayed. You can't get it that even with a roller.
That's what the rollers are meant to do, though, isn't it? They're meant to make it even.
No, not on a human body. I don't think so.
For a wall, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, just make the person like a wall. It's fine.
A wall person.
Yeah.
A wall person.
Right, we're gonna try this. Next time I have my roller out, I'm gonna try and roll on my arm. I'm gonna see
if you could get some non-toxic paint, and I could just lie on the floor. We should try this.
Paint you.
See how many litres. I'm happy to be painted.
I don't know if I'm happy to paint you.
You should be. You really should be. Definitely.
Well, that took a weird turn.
Yeah, it did, didn't it? Anyway, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, based on the movie, from the game.
That's the one.
What? Any other thoughts on it?
No, pleasantly surprised. I think I would sum up my experience.
Would you play it again?
I would definitely play it again.
Yeah,
100%. I probably wouldn't play the movie mode, and I would play it with friends. How Street Fighter is meant to be played.
How Street Fighter is meant to be played.
But yeah, I wouldn't be disappointed if I bought that game.
Yeah.
So, final question: cash grab?
I need to know the definitions again. I've forgotten what a cash grab is.
So, cash grab. Once again, I'll explain it. Well, it's good for new listeners and stuff, isn't it?
Suppose,
So, cash grab.
Sorry.
A cash grab is when they release something. We're going to stick with E.T. because it's the example everyone knows. E.T. the film.
Just to say, you're going to be so fucking bored of referencing
You know
E.T.
I'm just going to record this bit and then just slot it in
Copy
each
and
time.
paste it.
Yeah. But so E.T. released. Everyone loved it. It was massive around the world.
Yeah.
They decided, right, let's release an Atari game for it. You have I think he was given 4 months. I might be lying. 4 months.
Yeah.
And he released it, and it's known as a pile of shit.
It was a short, yeah.
And that's a cash grab because they were like, this is popular, let's rush something out to make even more money out of it. And it probably did make a decent amount of money, but they printed, I don't know if it was something like this where they printed like enough that there'd be 2 games per Atari. So everyone who owned an Atari had to buy 2 copies of it for it to sell the amount they printed. It was something like that. It was fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that's a cash grab.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, because I always get confused with a cash cow. Well, then this
Do I
is...
also need to explain a cash cow?
Please. I kid. No, don't explain a cash cow. I know what a cash cow is. It's a cow made of cash.
Exactly.
So I would say it is a cash grab. In terms of the definition of the game, it is playing off the popularity of Street Fighter, and
there was no need to release Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Yeah.
Because there's already a Street Fighter 2 game, which the movie is based off.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean,
you don't need to.
It is a cash grab, but what I would say is if I was like, say a teenager in... When was this released? 1995?
95.
So if I was a teenager in 95 and I saw it for like a half decent price and thought, fuck it, it's cheap, I would actually have some fun with it, and I wouldn't regret spending that money. It would be a happy cash grab. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a cash grab, but it is a good cash grab.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the reason is because the original game is so good. So basically, all they had to do was just paint some real people onto the original Street Fighter. Really, wasn't
Namely
it?
Blanca.
Yeah.
Or lack of paint some people onto the screen.
Unpainted Blanca.
So yeah, it's just as good as any other Street. Well,
No, it's not. I wouldn't say it's as good as other Street Fighters, but it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's a cash grab, but it's actually a good game.
Good cash grab.
Yeah,
you can have some fun with it.
And we didn't say the movie, so would you watch the movie?
Oh shit, yeah.
Stef?
I thought we did say that.
We kind of went through it. You were like...
I said if it wasn't based on Street Fighter, I wouldn't. I'm only going to carry on watching it because of Street Fighter.
Oh,
okay.
So yeah, I would carry on watching it. Yeah.
Okay.
So as a franchise, go for it. I think this is pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say it's good.
Yeah, damn straight. I've been a fan for like my life, so I ain't gonna stop anytime soon. Actually, I'm bored.
But talking of that, the animated Street Fighter films, definitely better.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched any?
I've never watched any of the animated.
Oh my god.
Is it Street Fighter Alpha 2, the movie?
The one that I had?
Yeah, I had it as well.
I had I think I had the first one, just Alpha the movie.
Oh yeah, you did. I had Alpha 2.
Yeah, you did. Oh no, you just had Street Fighter 2. You had the old one from like.
Did I?
Yeah.
I remember loving it anyway. I thought it was great.
They were both awesome. Yeah. So like whoever's listening, watch them as well as Street Fighter.
If you want to get a Street Fighter
the
fix.
game, the movie of the game. That's the one. Watch them all. They're good.
Yeah. If you want to get a Street Fighter fix and you don't want to see Jean-Claude Van Damme, then watch the animated one.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was good fun.
But at the same time, they're all awesome. Watch them. Play them. Play them all.
You sound like you work for Capcom. Play them all, because there's a shitload of Street Fighter games.
Yeah,
if you
it's
count
true.
all the little ones they released.
It's just like that should be a spokesperson for it. Play them all. Little pause. If you can. I can't! I fucking can't!
How dare you, motherfucker. Play them all.
In the voice, how dare you, motherfucker. Play them all. Little pause. Now.
Right, so that brings us to the end of episode 2.
Yeah. Well, in that case, thanks for listening, guys. This has been Cash Grab. I've been Tom.
I've been Stef.
And I've been Adam.
Why do we say I've been? Because
yeah, I don't know. Tom started that.
You're always
I
Tom. I'm always Stef. Adam's always Adam.
Well,
unless we record on a Wednesday night, then Adam is not Adam.
Actually, this is a good point. Why did I say I've been Tom?
Exactly. Why did you say that? Anyway, we'll see you next episode.
I were Tom.
Bye.
Bye.